These are devotions for people at a social distance. This morning in my devotions, I was reading in Deuteronomy chapter 3, and the whole book of Deuteronomy, or a great part of it, is framed as this basically farewell address of Moses. I don't know if you realize this, but the name Deuteronomy literally means second law. And so the context, the idea of the book is that at this moment of transition between wandering around in the wilderness and we are about to enter into the promised land, Moses gives a farewell address in which he lays out all of the laws and rules and commandments for how they are to live in the promised land, and it gets very detailed, so much so that it's sometimes kind of hard to believe that Moses would anticipate some of the issues that would arise in a totally different way of life. And so basically what we have in Deuteronomy is somebody quite intentionally at some point in time took ancient material, ancient laws and rules and commandments of the people, and put it in this frame of a farewell address for Moses. And that's the literary frame of the book of Deuteronomy. Now, in my reading this morning, the really interesting part is that Moses, talking to the people at the beginning, near the beginning of this address, says, "Oh, by the way, you're going to enter the promised land, and I'm not going with you. The Lord is angry at me." He says, "Enough of you, never speak to me of this matter again. Go up to Pisgah, look around, look at the promised land, but you shall not cross over this Jordan. You need to pass it on to somebody else." So, so we have this clarity of Moses, just before his death, looking forward with sometimes unbelievable clairvoyance as what life is going to be like in this land, and guiding the people. And I just think it's a great illustration for where we might be going in the next little while. We are in a wilderness wandering period, where, as a church and as a society, everything, comforting and familiar has been thrown into turmoil by the effects of this pandemic. And it will end. The time will come when we enter into a promised land. But I think it is absolutely essential that we learn from this period, because whatever that promised land is on the other side of this crisis is, it's going to be different. It's going to be different in the church. It's going to be different in society, likely in the economy, and many other ways. And so it's very important that we, like Moses, take the time right now as we come to the end of this time, hopefully before too long, to say, this is what God is saying to us at this moment of transition, and these are the new things we need to be doing. So this is a wonderful illustration, I think, of where we are as a church of society, standing on the edge of the promised land. And Moses isn't going into it. Some of the things that we were used to before, some of the things we knew before, they're not going into us, but we need to faithfully live into this new land where we are going. So think of this farewell address of Moses. I think it's pretty timely right now. Lord our God, it's been tough to live in this wilderness wandering period. But let us at least, by your grace, by the wisdom of people like Moses, find the direction you give to us for how to live well and justly and faithfully according to the gospel into the new land where you are leading us. And we trust that you will get us there. Amen.